Greetings, friends. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness, what another day of morning messages. I'm really eager to connect with you today because I've been getting ever since Circle last night. I've been just having amazing downloads, both energetic feelings, emotional experiences, and also insights and understandings and clarity with some opportunities for me to receive some new belief systems. It's really, it's just spectacular what's coming forward right now out of this core work that we're doing with the eclipse. And the word for today is core. And by core, I mean connecting to the core of who you truly are and what it means to connect to the core and what it means to go into the darkness to find the light, to find the real light. And so one of the amazing realizations and questions and realizations that came out of our discussion last night in Circle was we were talking about this mystery of light in the dark and the experience that we have of making value judgments on our own experiences, and that part of shadow perhaps is that we reject experiences of discomfort as if we're doing something wrong. We've been trained to think that if we feel something uncomfortable, we've made some kind of mistake or are in some state of error. So a whole new insight to me on an emotional level. I intellectually understand this, but I experienced it in a new way last night. Is what if if we go to the core and really feel this bridge of our higher self, which is love. If love is the glue, if mind is love, and that's really all there is, that's holding us all together, if that's the force, then what if every single experience is of love calling us forward? And what if our experiences of discomfort are really a misunderstanding of what is happening in the moment? And I'm not talking here about judgments of the mysteries and discomfort other people are going through. So just bear with me here that this is a discussion of personal connection to our own core truth in every moment, in every mystery. And so that question, what if every opportunity, every experience is an opportunity to connect with love calling us forward? And so I was holding curiosity about that question, and we're in this key feng shui month, so I'm really noticing my environment right now for signals and clues and hints in the physical world that that resonate with what I'm experiencing on the inside. I'm working with my environment as a mirror of my inner life. So I was doing some setting up of my office this morning before I came and sat down to do the message. And I looked in the wastebasket, and what did I see as I was having this question of what if every experience is love calling us forward? And we have just had a personal misunderstanding about our own ideas of who we are, and that we interpret error as that we have done something wrong. If we interpret discomfort as if we have done something wrong. And I look in the wastebasket, and what do I see in the top of the wastebasket? But in a piece of garbage, an old wrapper, on the very top of the pile in the wastebasket is a bagua. Is an octagon, an octahedron. The bagua is a symbol of order within the universe, of the templates of the grids coming to full consciousness. And I just was totally blown away because that was a complete affirmation. And as I came and sat down to write this, I suddenly got so hot that I had to get up. I was flooded with some kind of download of the truth of this statement of even what we perceive as garbage, of what we perceive as refuse in this world is part of love. Everything. And so much of our misunderstanding and challenge and difficulty with interface is making judgments about good and bad experiences. What if everything comes from love, and the challenges we have are just not understanding the mystery and trusting in larger perspective and larger unfolding? And so I was getting ready to do the message, and as I was writing this insight, I got so hot I had to get up. So I'm going to keep going with this core work because I had to get up and start walking because I was overcome with the intensity of the flush of energy that was running through me as I felt the impact of this on a personal level in my life, of claiming garbage as perfect order. And so, and this is partly, because I work with feng shui, that this symbol holds truth for me. And so to find it as an answer to my question in the garbage can, was a potentially that has created a whole paradigm shift for me today. So core work. So I got up because I was feeling so flushed I couldn't do the message yet, to collect myself. And one of the things we talked about last night was in those moments to move inside instantly. And one of the practices out of the eclipse is to pay attention to our subconscious messages and to listen to our body. So in that moment, instead of following through with the message, I was physically uncomfortable. I went inside my body and I heard that I didn't even hear a word. I just had an impulse to go get the broom. And I started sweeping. And so I just started sweeping the floors in my office and treatment room. And in that moment, all this energy was rushing through me. Sweeping is a magical action of integrating the present and the past and the future. And as I dropped into my body, and first I was just practically sweeping, I felt the energy moving through me, and I felt the interface of light and non-physical with the physical world, and the beauty of what's possible in this world if we change all the rules. What if our understandings of this world are completely based on misconceptions, and the rules of the road are from our soul are completely different? So, uh, so then I had a visitation from Louise Hay, who you may know transitioned yesterday, and we were invoking her last night in our circle and extending so much appreciation to her for the power and strength and beauty of what she brought forward in this world when she was incarnated in her body, and what she continues to radiate now that she's returned to her being as a star. And so, what can I say? Just that I'll bring forward some of this tomorrow because it's more than I can bring forward in a concise message for today. What can I say from Louise today? Well, she says to go to the message from last night. So in Circle last night, we pulled out her, here, let me show you. We pulled out the deck of wisdom cards. And these are, this deck is the deck we used at the full moon ceremony, and everyone drew a message earlier this month at our Aquarius full moon celebration. I drew an affirmation, and there are a bunch of cards left in the deck. So I had the impulse last night to pull them out, and we each pulled a message. And what we realized very quickly, and I could feel it when I pulled my card, is that these are Louise's cards. It might have been the first deck that she made. And I felt her presence in the card that I drew. And honestly, I don't remember ever seeing this card in the deck. And this is really an affirmation of, it's making me feel emotional. Because this is really, just take a breath. This is really a summary of her work and her essence in which she came to share. And So this world is a heaven on earth. It is our heaven. We're here to remember the heaven that is present in every moment. And the bridge of the significance of this card in this moment in time of connecting with core in the shadow through the eclipse is the other side of the card, which is in the new millennium of the Aquarian age, we are learning to go within to find our Savior. This is the message and the secret of the fact that the light and the experience of heaven is within, and we're receiving new tools now to find that truth within. And we are the power we are looking for. And so this was such a powerful and very special message of love from our friend. And so the core work right now is to let go of our judgments of ourselves and others and to move within, because there are new opportunities to feel within this karmic activation right now. We can go huge leaps of expansion into our understandings. And so I encourage you to use your tools to take the opportunity to move into the vulnerability of the softness of what you're feeling inside and connect to truth that way, to trust the seemingly mundane activations that are bringing up patterns, because the beauty that's there is beyond worlds. It's beyond belief. We are learning new rules of the road. I shared a couple of days ago one of my favorite pictures of Sekhmet, and one of the reasons that this image inspires me so much, I love that this artist captured this truth, is that Sekhmet is moving into the sun, and she's calling us there. She's leading us into the sun. And this is again a message of the paradox of shadow and light and dark and light, because Sekhmet is the huntress who helps us hunt down the shadow parts of ourself that have been lost in darkness. And you can journey to Sekhmet by going literally to the heart of the sun. So one of the ways I connect with her is to visualize entering the quantum field at the heart of our sun. And that's where she's going right now and inviting us to move into the light. So we find the light by going into the dark. We find the dark by going into the light, and they are the same. One of us received that message at the end of Circle last night. When she asked for something to know about the light, she received a tarot card that represents the dark. And when she asked what to know about the dark, she received a tarot card that represents the light. And it's actually the core work that we'll be doing in our workshops this coming month, because it's the truth of what we're learning and who we are. So I feel so much appreciation for the collective showing up that we are doing together. And even the opportunity to do these messages every morning is a huge gift to me, because it allows me to step into a field larger than myself and receive personal support myself for what I'm learning on this journey. So finally, a card that I've been working with a lot this week. I pulled this card a few days ago for messages, and then I was shown to save it for today. Now I understand why. It's elk. Many of us have been working with elk regularly for several weeks now, and the significance that's really prominent on this card is the image of a full total solar eclipse and the illumination of elk antlers with the fire that comes from the shadow. So this has been an incredible archetype and hologram for me of what's happening underneath the surface right now. And so I made my own card. Can I find it? I made my own little card for elk a couple of days ago with the messages from elk that I received. And these are the words: integrity, royalty and majesty, practical magic, influence, and sovereignty in the physical realm. So I invite you and encourage you to know that you have the power within, in your core, to connect to these qualities. It is the truth of who you are. And elk is the physical, the animal medicine embodiment of the archetype of the Knight of Discs, who is the card for Virgo. So this is the capacity each of us has right now in this zodiac month, and it's on a quantum level because of the power of the eclipse. So something I didn't ever notice, in at least in such a dramatic way, until I was meditating with elk this week, is the Knight of Discs is wearing an elk headdress. So there's a quality of command that each of us has right now, of magic and mystery and calm, clear, regal empowerment in this world. You have it within, and it is the truth of who you are. So hold curiosity for some core teachings for yourself, for the unpeeling of the layers of onion that are helping you get down to the truth of who you really are, and the light that resides within you, the star that is you, the inner star that can begin to radiate out through all the density and confusion and misunderstandings of this world. There is more light than we even know. And so through our own eclipse, the light is much, much stronger. And take advantage of the amazing tenderness and beauty and perfection of this time to learn more about the truth of who you are and the truth of what this world is becoming and what we are creating together. So have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon.